Your face is betraying you right now. Not because you did something wrong. Not because you are embarrassed. Your face has a system built into it that operates completely outside your control, and it has been doing this since long before you were born. Sound familiar? The real answer to why you blush is not what you think. It is not weakness. It is not shyness. It goes back to something your ancestors needed so badly that your body hardwired it in permanently, and no amount of willpower, confidence, or therapy has ever been able to switch it off. Here is the part nobody tells you about blushing. It is not a reaction to embarrassment. It is a signal sent to other people. And Charles Darwin spent years trying to figure out why, because he could not explain it, and it nearly broke his theory. Darwin called blushing the most peculiar and most human of all expressions. He wrote about it in 1872, in his book on human and animal emotions. He studied it. He surveyed people across dozens of cultures. He wrote letters to missionaries and doctors and explorers asking the same question. Do people blush where you live? Do they blush the same way? And every single one wrote back and said yes. Every human culture on earth blushes. No other animal does. Think about that for a moment. Your dog does not blush when it knocks over the water bowl. Your cat does not blush when it falls off the counter. Not because they lack the biology. They have blood vessels in their faces. They have nervous systems. They have the raw hardware. But they do not blush, because they do not have what blushing actually requires. They do not have an awareness of how they appear to others. This is called self-conscious emotion. It means a feeling that can only exist if you are able to imagine yourself through someone else's eyes. Shame. Pride. Embarrassment. Guilt. These are not basic animal emotions like fear or hunger. They are social emotions. They require a theory of mind, the ability to model what another person is thinking about you, and then to feel something about that model. Blushing is the physical proof that your brain ran that calculation and came back with a result it did not like. Psychologist Ray Crozier at Cardiff University spent decades studying blushing and found something that surprised even him. People do not blush because they feel embarrassed. They blush because they suddenly become aware of being observed. The moment you feel a social spotlight land on you, whether deserved or not, whether welcome or not, the body fires the signal before you can think about it. The brain does not wait for your permission. And here is where it gets interesting. The mechanism is called the sympathetic nervous system. This is the same system that handles fight or flight. The same system that floods your body with adrenaline when you think you are in danger. But instead of sending blood to your muscles to prepare you to run, when the social spotlight hits, it sends blood to your face. The capillaries in your cheeks, your forehead, your ears, and the back of your neck dilate wider than anywhere else in your body. And unlike every other blood vessel in your face, these capillaries respond to a specific chemical called adrenaline by opening wider, not narrower. The opposite of what happens everywhere else. Your face was designed to flush red under social pressure. But here is the twist that changes everything. For decades, researchers assumed blushing was a malfunction. A glitch in the stress response. An embarrassing side effect of an oversensitive nervous system. But a 2011 study by Kees van den Bos and his colleagues at Utrecht University found something that forced everyone to rethink the whole thing. They discovered that people who blushed after being caught in a social mistake were trusted more by observers than people who did not blush. Not slightly more trusted. Significantly more. The blush was doing something. It was communicating something that words could not. It was saying, I know I violated a social rule. I know you saw it. I am not trying to hide it. In a world without language, without courts, without contracts, without any of the systems modern humans use to enforce trust, your ancestors needed a way to signal something almost impossible to fake. Remorse. Transparency. Social awareness. A cheat who never blushed could lie with a straight face. But a cheat who blushed was involuntarily broadcasting exactly what they had done and exactly how they felt about it. The blush was not a flaw in the social machine. It was one of the machine's most important moving parts. Evolutionary psychologist Mark Leary at Duke University went further. He proposed that blushing is the body's automatic submission signal. When you are caught, when the group's attention lands on you, when you have broken a rule or made a mistake or simply been singled out in a way that feels threatening, the blush is your body standing down before you are asked to. It says, I am not a threat. I know the hierarchy. I am not challenging anyone. And that signal, in a small tribal group of 30 or 40 people who all depended on each other to survive, was enormously valuable. It smoothed conflict before it could become violence. It restored social trust before it could collapse into exile. The person who blushed was the person the group could afford to keep. Have you ever blushed when someone paid you a compliment you did not expect? That was not embarrassment at something negative. That was the same system firing because a social spotlight landed on you without warning. Your brain does not distinguish between good attention and bad attention. It only registers, you are being observed. You are being evaluated. And the body responds the same way every time. Think about the last time you blushed and tried to hide it. You looked away. You covered your face. You said stop, stop, you are making it worse. And it did get worse. Because the act of noticing your blush and trying to suppress it activates the same sympathetic nervous system you are trying to calm. Trying not to blush is one of the most reliable ways to deepen a blush. Your body knows this. It was never designed to be hidden. The blush only works if it is seen. That is why you cannot blush in the dark. That is why you cannot blush alone. Researchers have confirmed that people virtually never blush when they are certain no one is watching. The blush requires an audience. It is, at its core, a performance, not of weakness, but of social membership. A declaration that you belong to the group, that you care about its rules, that you are paying attention to how you appear inside it. The next time your face goes red, notice what your body is actually doing. It is not failing you. It is not betraying you. It is running a program older than language, older than any law, older than any social contract ever written down. It is sending a signal that your ancestors relied on to keep the group intact when everything else fell apart. One day you will think back on a moment when your face turned red. A room full of people. A spotlight you did not ask for. A feeling like your body was working against you. But your body was not working against you. It was working for the group you belonged to, in the only language it had. The language that predates every word you have ever spoken. You blush because you care what other people think. And caring what other people think, in the world your ancestors lived in, was not vanity. It was survival.